civilian of KIC representatives will be with you shortly.
Hello, Internet people. How you doing tonight? Are you doing good? I hope so. So, today is an interesting day. Like the same song and dance I've done many times before. A game that piqued my interest a not a long time ago, a good while ago, has popped up back on my radar being released, and this time, that is a game called Titanium Court. And I didn't fully comprehend exactly what this game is about, but I did comprehend that it exists, and that's about it. I've been assured that there is a game here, a game that can be played. And with that, we'll get started shortly. But first, we need to make a quick edit to something. Right. We're going to make a quick adjustment here on the back end for something. And we should be ready to go. All right. So, what do I know about this game? I don't know. What did I see in the advertising to help me understand it? I don't know. It appears like it's mini games. But what it actually is, I don't know. We're going to find out together. And here it is. Here's all I know. This guy made it. That's all I know. And the only reason I know that is because they were gracious enough to put their name here. That's all I know. So, since I'm very bad at trying to sell this game, let's just play it. Maybe that'll help. Slot 1. New game. Please begin. We have a second slot, and a third, and a fourth. Very, very opulent. Very beautiful. Oh, we're just going straight into it. A man steps on a stage and taps a microphone. Good evening. Before we begin the game, there are a few announcements. First, due to unexpected circumstances, the part of the player will be performed by an understudy. Very nervous with that. A couple of audible groans and one muffled boo erupt from the audience. This sounds like my experience on Twitch. We're gonna get an amateur in here. Oh, fuck. Where's that tutorial, man? Lol at you. God damn it. I didn't catch the cough button in time, sorry. There's no need for that. This kid may not be a star yet, but I've seen her rehearse, and I can guarantee that she'll impress you. She may not have had time to memorize any of her lines, but well, neither have any of you, the audience laughs. Second, we'd like to warn you that this production I didn't memorize my lines either, oh my god. Second, we'd like to warn you that this production features a significant amount of obscenity. But, before all the parents in the audience begin covering their children's ears, know this. This stage is enchanted, such that the obscenities can only be heard by those of sufficient emotional maturity to handle hearing them. Also, there's magic in this. And finally, the writing room would like to issue an apology for failing to complete the script before this performance. Hey, so, before we begin, we fucked up everything, and we decided to just roll with it rather than give you a refund. They are working on it as I speak, so it is my pleasure to announce that tonight's performance is also a race. Who will win? The writers furiously working to finish the script, or the performers attempting to perform it? I can't answer that question, but I can announce that the race begins now. We hope you enjoyed the game. Uh-oh. Where should you start? You were walking through the woods when the world around you shattered. This was both alarming and inconvenient. Isolated on a lone stretch of ground, you were transfixed as the broken landscape began to rearrange itself. I think I need my music up here. Or, I don't know if this is... Actually, we're not going to put my music up. Something tells me this is artistic. Your eyes followed trees and hills collapsing in lines of 3, as if the forest you knew were a knot becoming carefully untangled. You dared not move from your position as the ground beneath your feet quivered in anticipation of shattering further. You passed the time away for who knows how long. Until the court slid into view. Bejeweled neuron activation. Yes. This reminds me of Bejeweled. I miss Bejeweled. When was the last time I played Bejeweled? Actually, I think I played an open source knockoff quite a while ago. Until the court slid into view. At first you weren't sure you could trust your eyes. But there it was, a great shining structure among the rolling landscape, something stable and enclosed, a shelter. You kept your eyes on it, hoping it would draw close enough that you might peer inside its windows. Bejeweled didn't go anywhere. It's on Steam. Oh my god, I've now found a way to waste my own time. Surprisingly, the court appeared to be able to move freely through the broken landscape, disregarding lines of three as it approached your position. And just as it came near, the shattered landscape lurched. Most of the PopCap games are on Steam. What were some other PopCap games I played? Honestly, I think that was the only one. There was one about a worm where you had to make words out of, like, Scrabble tiles. But that's about all I know. Oh, there was a one about like flicking clumps of coins, which I thought was just stupid. I tried playing it, I hated it. With little warning, the forest snapped back together, as if someone had pulled the knot of reality tight once again. Plants vs. Zombies, Bookworm, Peggle, and Zuma. Plants vs. Zombies is PopCap? Except by now it wasn't the forest you knew, it was hardly even a forest. You stood, stretched, and began the hike towards the court. A.P. Thompson presents something. Yeah, PopCap made the original Plants vs. Zombies. Huh. You know, now that I think about it, I kind of recall looking at Plants vs. Zombies and going, there's really not a lot to this game, and I should have known at that point that that meant it was PopCap. Later, while the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. Hoping to avoid any attention, you sought out a more isolated part of the hall. Also, Insane Aquarium. I've not heard of an Insane Aquarium. Is that going to be a thing I have to do? Go through all the PopCap games to figure out how many I hate? That might be a thing. An empty table near an exit where no one would pay you much mind. A sound plan, except. The hall was soon overflowing with people, and your table was no exception. The young man seated to your right began engaging you in idle conversation. The weather. How do you find the meal? The role of the individual in a society? How you preferred to make your bed? Those sorts of subjects. Eventually, he inquired about how you came to arrive in the court. Which answers my question quite thoroughly while raising many more, he says as you conclude your tale. But forgive me, you haven't actually finished your story, have you? Man, don't be mean to my OGs. They already got disemboweled by EA. Oh no. It's not kicking a man when it's down, it's like digging up a corpse and then beating it up, eh? Laugh at a gravestone. Yeah, I shouldn't kick when they're down. You admit that there is a bit more, although you have yet to make sense of it. The people within the court were earnest but odd. After your arrival, you attempted to get some answers about your whereabouts in the strange circumstances outside, except they spoke mostly in riddles and nonsense, didn't they? They did. Let's find out where you are. Okay, there should have been music by now. I guess not. Best promotion? No. No, I don't think I will. I don't think so. Nuh-uh. I don't know what that was. I didn't even read it all. Let's find out where you are, so we have some new things to do. A man resting in the shade of the wall. A woman in a helmet doing her taxes at a picnic table. A pair in front of a blackboard discussing magic. A small cat bathing in the sun atop the wall. Oh, let's go say hi to the cat. Said a small cat, meow. Ah, your questions are numerous but inconsequential, for they overlook the current crisis. Morale, which means, what crisis? Why, the crisis whereby my dinner is late. Meow, translated to, it is so late in fact, that I'm not certain the concept of dinner isn't something I invented in a fugu of hunger. Gibby. Morale. Translated to, all other societal issues are mere trivialities in comparison to my plight. A purr. Translated to, please, stranger, might you fill my bowl, thus ending this ravenous standoff. A woman behind you laughed. Oh, don't listen to him. He's been fed twice today already. Next, you... Hold on, are you seriously going to tell me about every individual conversation you had in excruciating detail? Yes. Yes, you are, because if he lets you proceed uninterrupted, he'll learn that many of these people played a part in what happened next. Fine, fine. Let's find out where you are. Let's see the lady in the helmet doing her taxes. Kisses him forehead. What a good cat. Said the woman, I'd love to tell you where we are, friend, but I haven't even figured out where we aren't. She gestured back to a stack of maps on the table behind her. We're not in any of those places. Or at least we weren't. Who knows if that's true, now that the tide has come in. You attempted another tactic, hoping to glean some information. Perhaps she could at least tell you the name of this place. Oh, we just call it the Court. Its full name is the Court of, I forget, something like the Court of Aluminum, but it starts with a T. Court of Tungsten? I don't know, maybe. I'm new here and I'm bad with names, but at least I can give you mine. I'm Robin. She held out her hand, which you shook as you introduced yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should try to sort this out before the tide settles again. Well, spoilers, we know what the name is. Alright, a resting man in the shade of a wall. Said the man, whoa, pal, before you ask me any more questions, you gotta know my deal. My deal is that I can only answer questions you haven't asked. What is the deal with airline food? So, as to where we are, no can do, sorry, can't tell you. What are we doing? Oh man, we're a court of fairies on a quest to find our missing queen. He looked to both sides and said, so tell me, so let me know if you see her, just don't ask me where she is. What is the deal with an unstable universe? There appeared to be a seminar of some sort taking place in the courtyard. A seminar on magic, if you understood the text on the blackboard correctly. So, okay, first you take a metaphor, and then you stretch it really thin, right? Right. Like, really thin. So thin you forget its original purpose. Then you inflate it. Right, just inflate the metaphor. I prefer to use my lungs for that. Then, as it's inflating, you twist it like, hang on. Like so. You still following? I think so. And, hold on. Ta-da! There, now it resembles a dog. A delight for children and such. A court of fairies, so it's like a gay kingdom for Pride Month? I didn't think of that, but I will take credit for it. So what happened to the metaphor? It's a lovely little balloon dog now. I see. They seemed a bit busy, so you left them to it. Titanium cord, eh? That's right. How you doing, Tethercat? You doing good? I hope so. Balloon doggy! So we got a kitty cat and a balloon doggy. What did the outside of the court look like from atop the walls? Finding no immediate answers inside the court, you moved to the top of the walls and looked outward. Perhaps there was something you could see from this vantage that would shed more light on your situation. I'm doing good, just briefly popping in to say hi. Well, thank you for popping in, and thank you for enabling my bad life choices. We have no idea what this game is. We're all very confused. We have discovered a balloon doggy. We didn't get to keep it, we just saw it. Ellipses. To the contrary, conditions outside the walls were even stranger than what they were at the time of your arrival. The rest of the shattered landscape has now melted away. The court stood alone amid a void. But not for long. Like a rush of water, new surroundings began to surround. Much of the new topography was similar to you. You could identify fields, water, woods, and hills. But there was something else you could see. A menacing group of other courts were also part of the landscape. You were not alone in noticing these. Someone shouted, "The war! The war! The war is here!" Someone else, "That can't be. Huck said no wars until we find the queen." Then perhaps we should explain that to them. Surrounded by the enemy on all sides and bereft of an obvious course of action, the people of the court began to pray. A man stepped forward and offered first prayer. "I genuinely wish no harm upon our enemy. I merely pray that they would fade into obscurity." Oof. Oof. Wow, didn't expect that to work, but thanks. So, what good mischief have you been up to these days, Tethercat? Music is coming in now. So there was music. Okay. The woman named Robin offered her next prayer. My notes are quite clear on this. Prayer does not work. Our time is much better spent steering the court. Remember, their soldiers cannot cross water. We should try and take shelter behind a moat until the tide comes in. There, now that river protects us from nearly half of the field, except now you've placed us in right beside them. Hills should also slow their advance, so for my next prayer, but the prayer did not belong to Robin. The next prayer belonged to the cat. Morale, translated to, so long as we are making demands of God, then my wish, as ever, is to be fed. Psst, hey. You probably didn't notice, but something just happened over here. Oh, I didn't notice. What happened is, by matching the fields, the court has acquired more food. Similarly, other parts of the battlefield can be matched to earn water, logs, or fuzzy peaches. I think that's supposed to be stone. None of these fairies in the court will tell you this. Their religion forbids them from acknowledging the existence of the user interface. Wow. Okay, that's cool. But I am a secular tooltip. I fear no god. I will do my best to provide you with this vital information. You're welcome. Translated to, yes, more of that, please. Resource management bejeweled. Oh my god. Robin the bemoaned the loss of the moat. And we face even more of the enemy than before. Why do I bother? The scholars at the blackboard now chimed in. I've identified the most strategically sound location. The spot is right here. Alright. We just steer over there carefully, we should be fine. Sitting pretty. Need to go over there. But Robin Let me start over. But Robin interjected. Stop, look at the clock. It's almost low tide. We have time left for only one more move. Hello again. So that clock and the time left Robin alludes to is in fact this unassuming progress bar at the edge of your vision. Much like life, every move you make will deplete some of your remaining time. If we have only one prayer left, what do you suggest we ask for? Sigh, we might as well pray for a miracle. Well, that's a start. Apologies, but another explanation from me. Your humble tooltip is in order. The previous move chained multiple matches together. Because of this, you've earned bonus time. For the fairies of the court, this might as well be a miracle. God, if I ever start streaming, I'm gonna have so many stupid fucking emotes on BTTV. That's the way to do it. You make the stupid emotes. Actually, I need to work on those. I need to work on some stupid emotes. More stupid emotes. Embrace the stupidity. Is there any chance we could do that again, whatever it was? All the Bejeweled gems are going to be in there. Professor Bloom has one where there was a mascot for the Yellow Pages, and it was just a yellow glove with 4 fingers called Telly, because, you know, the Yellow Pages logo was 2 fingers walking, like skimming through pages. So now it's just all Telly, and it's amazing. Is there any chance we could do that again, whatever that was? There was no such chance. The next prayer would be the last one. Incidentally, your next prayer also belonged to you. Unsure of what any of this meant, you imitated the people around you and made a pointless decision. How about if I do this? Oh no. Let's try this. The battlefield snapped together as the court snapped to attention. Places, everyone! Windows were shuttered, doors were slammed, throngs of people emerged from inside and formed a line near the gates. A tap on your shoulder. One of the scholars. We could use some help in the dressing room if you have a free hand. Along with the scholars, introduced to you as Hop and Skip, you sorted through a large pile of costumes, props, and weapons. Check the tag on that, would you? Make sure I put it together properly. So I can have a guy. I love how some people meticulously draw commission emotes that are accurate to their stream and aesthetics, and some people are like, I liked this picture. It's an emote now. The celebrity person is from a stupid art piece I gave... it's from a little gag ad I gave to L:Q to put on his stream. And that's the I approve of the Joel lady that I made in the ad. Oh, and the McMahon is... For, I don't know why, but there was this brand of plushies just called Monsters. I think it was like Monster plushies. And they all have these like really goofy faces on them. And for some reason, Capcom commissioned one. Just commissioned one for Mega Man, so that's McMahon. But yes, stupid pictures are great. I love them. What's really cool is when they start getting used in things completely South Park as Mega Man. I love it. It just looks distressed. That's why I love it. It looks like... I think the way I interpreted it was, it's like he witnessed a horrific event, but is also too stupid to comprehend the event it just witnessed. He just witnessed. Check the tag on that. Alright, let's do... Click and hold. Hold. Farmer. Working fairy gathers food from fields. If it looks correct, feel free to hand it out. Oh no. I love it. It's so great. It's so joyful to me. The oh no. If it looks fairy, feel free to hand it out. Click to use. You handed the bundle of farmer's apparel to the first person in line. Unperturbed by the idea of harvesting wheat in the middle of a battle, they whistled as they marched out the front gate. Oh. Now do it again. Deploy another farmer. Oh. Now see if this one fits anybody. Offensive fairy attacks the enemy. 3 food, 1 log, 1 stone. You handed a bundle of armor and weapons to the next person in line. She tested the weight of the weapon in her hand. I haven't received any training, so I'm just planning to hit anything that doesn't belong to us. After this minimal preparation, the scholars considered their work finished. I'd place our chances of survival somewhere near abysmal, but I'm afraid this is the best we can do. A small mercy, at least, that the Queen isn't here to witness this. And so you waited with the others for the battle to commence. Hello, I must pester you one more time before I take my leave. Observe, this is the undo button. Use it to change your mind as many times as you wish before starting the battle. However, the official editorial position of this tooltip is that you are liable to lose no matter how many times you change your mind presently. When you are ready to lose, press the play button to proceed to the battle. Now, I will leave you in peace. But, oh my god. You got me. But, should you ever desire the company of your loyal tooltip, all you need to do is click and hold over any button or tile, and I will do my best to explain it to you. Press this button when you're prepared to die. Okay, let's go. Commence battle? Sure. Bonk. 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 Ooh. Okay. And then, sometime later, as the sun hovered low over the horizon, there was a feast within the walls of the court. The man to your right is beside himself with laughter. Okay, so our court, caught off guard by a sudden war, stumbled behind enemy lines, made a token attempt at resistance, and was summarily toppled. Do I have that right? Yes, that does appear to be an accurate summary. Well then, I'm certainly glad I slept through that. As you look at your surroundings, a switch flips in your mind. Your own story makes little sense now that you think of it. How did you... Your companion pats your arm. Don't worry about it. If our court couldn't withstand physical destruction, we wouldn't last 5 minutes in the pull of the tide. But enough of that. It's about time I made some introductions. As you have narrowly avoided learning, this place is called Titanium Court. Meanwhile, I have the honor of being the steward of this court. My name is Puck, although my lovers and enemies call me Goodfellow. I am chief advisor and friend eternal to our fair queen. As fancy as that sounds, in practice it means he's unemployed. One of the scholars, the man named Hop, has approached your table. He appears to have had a drink or two, or 4. He pulls up a seat between the two of you and assumes a jovial attitude. Guess the queen stood us up, eh, good fellow? Lucky for her, I'd say. I'd skip town too if I knew what a sorry showing the court would make. But on the plus side, we can continue draining her wine cellar. Now, are you going to help me with that, good fellow, or are you just going to stare at me? I don't mind either way. Well, then, I'd love to call you good fellow. Puts him in the wood chipper. Up, time to go. Puck, staring at the scholar, mouth agape, slowly exhales and pinches his nose. What fools these... How drunk are you, Hop? The queen is right here. I've been speaking to her for the entire feast. An excited hush falls over the entire hall. Hop blinks, looks at you, at Puck. Looks at you, looks at Puck, turns bright red. Oh, I see it now. That calls her for Her Majesty's finest vintage. I'll be right back. As Hop makes a quick exit, you look steadily at Puck and shake your head. Wow, I'm stumbling on words. There's no use denying it now, not after the tale you told me. If you'd like more proof, just take a look at where you're seated. You slowly take in your surroundings. Oh, you're at the head of the table. Oh, no. His energy makes me both desire him carnally and want him dead. What a conflict. Puck smiles. Now, if I may conclude my introductions, let me present the court to your majesty, and likewise. He stands up and addresses the entire hall as he says, long absent, the Queen of Titanium Court, always a stranger, has arrived. Cheers erupt and dessert is served. To your left, Hop returned with an armful of glasses and bottles. And about time too, good fellow. Did you tell her about the war yet? Titanium Court. Chapter 1, a place beloved only of clowns and criminals. Yes, we did face our untimely demise, but also dessert. And then, just a short while after the feast, the court returns to war. I am a clowns. Now, I'm not going to say I am a criminal. But I will not finish the sentence. You're in charge of the war now, Your Majesty. You should be fine. Just remember everything we've taught you about magical warfare. Blinking slowly, you remind them that at this exact moment, they have taught you roughly nothing about magical warfare. Ah, good. She remembers quite clearly. This is good. High tide. When the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. I'm not going to say I'm a criminal, but I'm not a clown, and I do enjoy this place. I am a silly sausage, but also... Consult the ever-changing map? Or inspect your available units. Let's consult the ever-changing map. What if I'm both? Because I will tell you, you can get away with a lot of shit in this world if it's funny. You don't know what any of this means. A clownminal? Robbing banks with bananas. Go. Alright, so we have one water. We can do one soldier. Actually, we're gonna do this. When the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. So they say the best is up here. So that's precisely what we will do. If I do this, and this... Ah, fuck. I goofed that. So we get one farmer and one soldier. And I think the actual term is a jester, what with fool's privilege and all that. Ooh, we got that sorted pretty quick. We survived. I love there's all these pictures of destruction in different ways. Well, having now achieved some kind of victory in the war, you wonder if someone in the court might help you return home. It would be our pleasure if you can show us the way. Also, that was only one battle. There are many more to come, if my notes are to be trusted. Okay, well, if you understand this map correctly, even if it is a map, there appears to be some sort of signage just ahead. Perhaps if you can reach those signs, you'll learn more about where you actually are, along with how to get home. And to reach them, we need merely be swept forward by the tide, as we have been all along. Convenient. High tide. While the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Okay. So if I do this and this... Ah, shit, that put me back where I was. And then this. Yes. Alright. So I got 2 water, and I can get 1 soldier. So two farmers and a soldier. What is this? Take a look inside the storage unit? Yes. You're quite curious about what you might find inside inside the storage unit, but it's locked. Oh. Well, we'll send out 2 farmers and a soldier. That should do. A few days ago, I watched a video about clowning and historically how clowning manifests in different cultures. And interestingly, I didn't suspect there to be as many examples of clowns participating in protest. Bro, don't get me started. With time and reception comes comfort. Also, somebody did not properly pour this glass of wine. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 1. The next morning, you awake in a strange bed. The bed is strange, not just because it's not your usual bed, but because it is also not the bed you fell asleep in. Puck told you any room within the court might be the Queen's, so you parted with him at the first room you found that wasn't already occupied. A small chamber beneath the staircase, a twin-sized bed neighbored by a nightstand and a lamp, a small desk in the corner, no windows. Meanwhile, the bed you awake in is queen-size and contained with a spacious chamber that opens to a balcony. The balcony overlooks the courtyard of your new home. You appear to be roughly 5 stories above the ground. I don't hate clowns, actually. I quite like clowns. And I think clowning is important, or at least different manifestations of clowning is important. Some people theorize that clowning may be an aspect of the human condition due to the fact that basically every society independently came up with the concept. Yeah, like I heard, the video I saw showed examples of how, like, indigenous tribes that have been in isolation formed their own version of a jester or a clown. And similar to jester's privilege, they were exempt from some forbidden actions because, well, what they were doing was entertainment, and what they were doing may even be like forms of criticism, or that what they were doing could even be like educational, showing like, well, this is how you do it wrong. Explore the court or take stock of your possessions. Let's check possessions. You look over the scant possessions that were on your person when you arrived at the court. Everything appears to be where you left it, with one irritating exception. Sometime between your arrival and now, you have managed to misplace your keys. In a way, you suppose you also managed to misplace the locks those keys are intended for. A mystery, admittedly, of much greater concern to you than the missing keys. Let's have a look around the court. The courtyard. What should you do here? Return to the office. Investigate the dining hall. Wait! There's the man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. Let's go fuck with Puck. The man named Puck just sat across the courtyard. Perfect, you have many things you wish to ask him. Yet as you draw near, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he seemed to retreat the moment he saw your approach. Let's go to the dining hall. It's fascinating looking in all the forms of clowning that different societies have come up with. I like to idly read through the clown Wikipedia page sometimes. I also like that in modern clowning, you're supposed to put you register your face paint on an egg. Like the central registry is just a bunch of eggs. Let's see, grab some breakfast? Let's grab some breakfast. In the light of day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. You collect some breakfast from a buffet, then look for a table. You would prefer to sit somewhere out of the way near an exit, ideally hidden. You sit in the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. Before you finished a bite, a whole host of courtiers arrive with their meals and sit with you. They make idle conversation and a few honest attempts at answering your myriad of questions, none of them successful. As you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous table within the hall. You also note, idly, that despite his assurances that he would answer all your questions, the man named Puck remains nowhere to be seen. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. You got 10 food. Let's explore elsewhere. Clown eggs are fun. That must be a really terrible thing to have to maintain, though. Also, according to the Code of Ethics of the Clowns of America International, you cannot be a bigot and be an officially recognized clown. Which is a good thing. It's good that they, you know, clean house. We don't need hatred in clowning. Go to war. Okay, look out the window. Let's look out the window. There are some dogs catching frisbees in the courtyard, just out of frame. Neat. Go to war? Well, that was nice. Those puppies were cute. Let's go kill people. After breakfast, the court goes to war. And as you ready yourself, a question. Your Majesty, is the intensity of the war to your liking? If not, feel free to adjust the thermostat. The thermostat. Maybe make things a little easier for yourself. Current comfort, 0 of 1. So every time you call bigotry clown behavior, you know that you are objectively wrong. Puppy, yes. There is puppies. The puppies. 1 comfort. Begin the war with an extra 10 health. Start with extra 10 stone. Start with 2 mulligans that will let you retry a losing battle. Start with an extra 6 money. The money hasn't done anything for me. Start with an extra 10 wood. I've been having trouble with stone. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it alone. No thanks, you're perfectly comfortable as is. I think I want to get more familiar before I start dicking with certain parameters around here. Despite falling short of them yesterday, you're confident you can reach those signs today. Very good. Her Majesty's loyalty to this approach is quite admirable. How steadfast. High tide. When the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. So I definitely need some food. Could use... Actually, I don't need food. I do need some water. We did manage to eliminate some hostiles. We can do that here. Your Majesty, look, there's a chest resting on that patch of land. We should be able to recover its contents as long as it remains in sight until low tide. We can also eliminate these. Okay. What is this? Wait, aren't some of those enemy courts empty? Fuck. You've noticed a subtle difference between some of the enemy courts on the battlefield. While many courts have soldiers prominently stationed outside their gates, there are also plenty of them that appear to be completely empty. You think that you can maybe assume that these empty castles will not attack the court during the coming battle? Yes, you can assume that. Additionally, when you see Additionally, you can see when enemy soldiers will attack the court over here on the timeline. Even soldiers might be no threat to you. Might be no threat if you can deal with their courts before they attack. Can I see which court they're from? In the field. Okay, I guess not. Oh, yes, I can. They fade out there. Okay, well, they're too far away to do anything. So what I can do is instead focus on moving them away. Ah, shit. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. I can do this for some water, but then I'm right beside. Now they're a bit close, but I'll just move them away like this. And like this. Okay, I like where this is going. I can do this. Eliminated. So I actually eliminated almost all but one hostile doing that. Very nice. Alright. Gather all manner of trinkets, treasures, trifles, and toys? Let's do it. That was a good picture. Wow! That is amazing! A selection of goods are good for the taking. Let's take it. And logs? What is this? Gunboat. Offensive rock. Attacks the enemy via water. Let's take it. You know what? Let's take this. Acquisition of... Okay, these chests are so empty, it's now safe to shut them. Wait, why did I say so empty? These chests are empty. It is now safe to shut them. Alright. Alright, let's begin. Oh, so that unlocked a new entity. Okay. Okay, well, lucky for us, the one hostile, gonna sort this way. Actually, I don't know if they'll even reach us in time. Because there's water here, they'd have to go around and down. So I might focus on some farmers. In hindsight, I should have made the boat. Hey, we made it. Okay. What is this? Periodolic pumpkin. I'm probably mispronouncing that. A plant possessing a friendly false face. But what is its purpose? But why? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. We have 5 hostile castles to handle here. How are we going to deal with them? I can deal with these 3, but none of them have something hostile. Oh! I can get rid of 1 here. Move that there. Move this. Get us something. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. A tap on your shoulder. Robin points to a building in the distance. Your Majesty, that shop is neutral to this conflict. We should strongly consider stocking up on supplies. Of course, that's only if it stays in view. If it disappears before low tide, we have to wait until we pass another one. Alright. So now we're gonna move you. We're gonna move you. We can move you, which means these three can line up, which eliminates them. We can move you, which eliminates you. We can move you. We're a little low on water, I must say. If I do that, then this gets eliminated, so I can't do that. Could do this. There. Exchange goods and services? Yes. You called into the shop to learn about what they have for sale. However, before you can proceed, the voice on the line stops you and asks if you understand how money works. No. I am part of the monarchy. Money is a mere illusion. You understand how money works? No. This game's color scheme is very yummy scrummy. I was trying to make heads or tails of the color scheme, because I was like, it's not CGA. But then I thought, you know what, if it's something really artistic, they probably just chose a scheme that was both comfy and a little bit jarring at the same time. Like strong opposing colors, but are also a little muted. You thought you understood a lot of things before your world shattered, and you might as well understand nothing. Whoa, I don't need your life story, ma'am. I just gotta make sure you know where money comes from. Let me explain. First thing you gotta know is where money doesn't come from. You're probably used to getting stuff like food, water, logs, and stones randomly during high tide, right? Well, that's not gonna work for money. Instead, you gotta earn money by doing your job. You do have a job, right? You don't think you have a job. Oh, come on, I have caller ID, you know. I know you're a fancy fairy queen for a fancy fairy court fighting a fancy fairy war. That's totally a job. Have more confidence. So anyway, fairy queens usually earn money by defeating their enemies on the battlefield. Just knock down those castles and money will pop out. Oh yeah, you can also get some money by selling stuff. Maybe to us. But doing your job is a surefire method. Phew, now that I've given you the talk, how about I tell you what we have for sale? It's got the retro vibe without being any specific retro color scheme. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And the other thing, too, is by making it... Oh, fuck, we're almost at ad time. Let's take this time here for all of us to get up and stretch and move around. And we'll, put some water in us. Make that phone call you've been putting off. Don't go too far. We'll be back shortly. I could use a walkabout. I don't know what it was. I was sitting here and I got a dizzy spell. I'm like, oh, maybe I did something to my ear. I don't know. But I'm going to walk around and get some stretching in myself. Don't go far. We'll be back soon. Okay. We are back. We got so much water. I got a full fucking liter of water. It's gonna be so much. Gonna be so hydrated. It's gonna be amazing. You have no idea. Oh my god, gonna be that much water. Dude, that fucking crazy. I have no idea how fucking hydrated I'm gonna fucking be. Holy shit. Ranger, working defensive. Working defensive fairy. Gathers wood from forest and defends your court. A new class is a good idea, actually. Blessings on your business. There we go. Alright. Let's make preparations for the battle. What does the ever-changing map say? I don't know what that says. So let's fuck shit up. So we got one guy here, one guy here. We could do one boat, two boat. At least I think that's what they are. Gunboat, offensive rock. Attacks the enemy via water. Yeah, so one here, one here. Do 1, 2, and 1, 2. Let's go. Oh, poor farmers. There's no fields around here. I didn't think that through. Slam dunk. Come on. Aww. I almost did it. Self-care valley girl dating the positivity frat bros. Fucking amazing. Bro, Janice sat me down and said that I wasn't drinking enough water. Like, I don't know what I did to, like, deserve her, bro. Like, holy shit. The field is broken. Is that a billboard in the middle of a battlefield? Let's see this billboard. It's true, there appears to be a billboard of some sort among the scattered elements of the terrain. You go to the outer walls of the court to get a better look. You need law! I think we do, says Robin. That thing gives me the creeps, Your Majesty, as if we're just about to be sued by looking at it. You agree, it might be best to look away lest you draw some unwanted legal attention. Is that going to be a class? Is there going to be a class of fairy called the attorney or a lawyer or something? Are we going to be vexatious litigants? You need law! Another structure wades into view from the distance. You suppose this is another... What the heck? Who is this? Look, Your Majesty! A temple of market! Should you wish to pay your respects, it only needs stay. It only needs stay in view until low tide, correct? Correct! Your brilliance continues to blind! Alright, let's see. Market forbids trading during high tide, but you can ask their forecasters to predict the future. Okay, well, we're not doing any trading. Market forbids trading during high tide, but here are our prices nonetheless. Cancel. Okay, so I can sell classes, but I don't want to sell any classes. let's see. We do... this? About this. And then I can do this. And that's 2 hostile entities gone. If I do this... Actually, no. How about... If I do this, I get this as well. Why did I think that would work? Could really use more water. Also, okay, so there's a field. I have to make sure that field is still there at the end of this. I can do this. What can I do to get this shuffled over here? He's the best guy to ever do it, chat. I'm so good at my job. I'm good at video games. Oh my god. Let's try... Oh shit. Okay, so that's a full move. Can I make a valid move that gets this lined up with 3? I don't think so. We'll do this. That gave us a little bit of time. How about we can do this to get some water. There. Trade generic assets at the Temple of Market. Yes. I'd like to purchase... Nothing, actually. I don't have a lot of money. I need to kill. I must kill. Must eliminate. So the ranger can get some food. Let's go with that. And then up here somewhere is the... Yeah, okay. Okay. What do we have now? And now the court finds itself surrounded by catapults. To be perfectly precise, those appear to be trebuchets. You pedant, you be quiet. So my silver laptop needs a new cooling pad / possible repairs. Oh no. Did it burn up? Yep. Oh man. How bad? Is like shit melted? Given that trebuchets are a subcategory of catapults, you don't see any reason why you can't just call them catapults. Seems to have been dropped at some point. Dropped? How did it get dropped? Very well, my queen, I retreat in the face of your overflowing wisdom. Oh no. And it wasn't dropped when we... Now I'm very concerned. How did that happen? Strange building comes into view. As you observe it, the phone in your office rings. Yeah, hey, Titanium Court, Your Majesty? I'm calling from the Glass House. Yeah, we sell potions. As your name suggests, we firmly oppose the act of throwing stones in any and all forms. Therefore, we'd like to offer our full support to Titanium Court in your campaign against these stone-throwing trebuchets. To start, here's a pro tip free of charge. Hills will block projectiles fired by catapults. Just surround your court with hills and you'll be safe. And if that doesn't work, we sell a variety of instant use potions that'll help you deal with this threat. Give us a call sometime, we'll be happy to help. Who was it, Your Majesty? You explained that it was a telemarketer, albeit one whose pitch might prove useful. Wow, rare! USB power connector was warped to all hell, and the front USB port has been shattered. Also worried about the disk drive, but I don't have a sacrificial DVD to test it. That was not like that when we lent it. How the hell did that happen? It's like it fell off a desk hooked up. No, it wasn't. Huh. That's bonkers. Man, you should kill whoever you lent it to with hammers. I'm curious if they had any control over what happened. I'm starting to lean towards no. Knees are on the menu, possibly. Yeah, I'd really like to hear an explanation from them about what happened. Because that's really not cool. Now I'm a little nervous because I lent them the big machine. If it was in their care, they had control over what happened. It's, how do I put this? Their home life's not great. I'm trying to be, what's the word? Diplomatic about it when I say that. In that case, they had control over the information they withheld. Yeah, that part. That's the part I think that irks me. My big question is, if that was the reason nothing would run without lag, is because we both know without cooling that laptop thermals out very quickly. That thing hit 90 Celsius doing a RAM check. So yeah, that's, that definitely would be a factor to why it was performing so poorly. Oh, these are gonna get messed up here. Alright, let's see. Glass House advertises itself as seller of potions. What do we have here? Want to set some... 90 Celsius? This motherfucker got the concentrated power of the sun in his laptop? Yup. They sure did. Man, that was one thing I loved about old laptops. You're like 90 Celsius? Janice from HR. Hi. How you doing, Janice? Are you doing good? I hope so. Statistically, a potion of teleport is the safest way to travel. This potion of flood insurance ensures a flood wherever it lands. This potion of geology can make mountains out of molehills and all other terrain. Okay, I could use that. Where do you want it? We want it here. So now we're completely shielded by all trebuchets. Which which means we can go 1, 2, 1, 2. That should do. Well, I think that's a discussion for when Buddy's back online. So I would like to know what happened. I napped away the afternoon, obliterating my sleep rhythm just in time for work. But good naps, though. I love the, I've destroyed my circadian rhythm and I also regret nothing. I'm the same way. I regret nothing. I'll have that nap. Sometimes it's spectacular to have just a little nap. The catapults continue their assault, although you note there are now slightly fewer of them hanging around. Okay, that was a lot. That's still a lot. When the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Alright, so we're going to do this. Oh, come on. We're going to do this. And then we're going to do this. About this. No, I needed stone. Shit. We'll do this. Okay, that got us more time. We can do this. Puts these in line, which gets rid of them. But there's more. Yeah, I question the whole thing. My curiosity knows no bounds at this juncture. Yeah, well, we'll do that at high tide. What can we do now? I think I have to do... I can do 2 moves to bury myself behind this stone. And then I'll buy a stone potion, convert this to stone, which means I get... This should miss. So this should hit the hill. These will all hit the hill, and I can still harvest wood and food. One, two. 1, 2, 3. And this to get rid of the trebuchet. Let's go. Oh, do they only fling once? Oh. That's not so bad. Look at him! His little boat hat, and he gets to shoot. Oh, slam dunk! Okay, I love the flavor pictures. I was gonna say flavor text, but no. It's like the... Instead of just saying to stop, they just give a picture given a pretty clear idea. I love that. The tide washes away the last of the catapults. You appear to have weathered the storm. The threat of the catapults now eliminated, the glass house pulls up next to the court and you receive another phone call. The salesman offers congratulations for your victory and asks if there's any further assistance he might provide. You answer immediately, asking if he knows a way for you to return home. Henry, are you positive you didn't make this game and then forget about it? I did not make this game. I have not written a video game since my time at the Polytechnic, and that was a very bad time. I am not fit. I am not fit to make video games. Actually, I haven't programmed in earnest for a long time. This is just so aggressively U-coded. It's very whimsical. That's what I like about this, too. Oh, definitely. Let's pull over somewhere and I'll draw you a map. The salesman shows you the map and explains the directions. Okay, so you've seen this before, right? You've seen this before, right? Yeah. You have, but no one thus far has offered an explanation for any of it. You assumed it was some sort of map. Hey, it's kinda is, but it changes every day, so I'd say it's really more of a weather report. But it's pretty simple. Each of these rows is a battle. Within a given row, each column is a battlefield. Do you follow? No, you don't. You'll figure it out. But most importantly, did you know that you can choose from 3 potential battlefields before every battle? No. No, you did not know that. I love this. I love how it's just... It's very whimsical, and it really does just go like, yeah, you don't know what you're doing, and we're all having fun with you not knowing what you're doing. So you better be having fun not knowing what you're doing, too. Anyway, here's where you are right now, smack in the middle of the war. To get home, you first have to make it to victory. First, you're gonna have to make it to victory, which is right up here. Before or after the dragon? After. Of course. But making it to the end isn't enough. After that, you need to make an exit. Make an exit. Given the abstract nature of movement through the tide, would he be willing to elaborate on that? Hey, I don't know or remember anything. But you know how to do this, right? No. Why would I know that if I don't know where I am? Yeah, you'll figure it out. Wow, you're so smart. You didn't completely fuck it up. I fucked it up 20 times. That's better than anyone else. Oh yeah, it's confusing, right? These routes were conjured back in the 60s. Everyone was hopped up on allegory or something. Around here, making an exit means you gotta consciously leave the path you're on. You know, like you gotta fundamentally change as a person. What? Okay. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice for how you might do that? Preferably in a safe and non-traumatizing way? The fucking face. Do I ever, Your Majesty? That's your specialty. He sweeps his arms back to reveal a shelf of bottles under a marquee that reads Love Potions. Is he attempting to make a joke? Not at all. Nothing changes a person more than love. Okay, you take a deep breath. If his love potions function like those described in stories, i.e. forcing an individual to fall in love with a person they otherwise have no interest in, then you have absolutely no interest in them. The fucking face. Your Majesty, with all due respect, that's messed up. I don't sell anything like that. You've been hearing some weird rumors, huh? I blame my competition. Please let me set the record straight. My potions cannot create love from nothing. They merely expand the love that already exists within you. Seeing your shoulders relax a bit, he continues with this pitch. Now, if you're new to love potions, I definitely recommend starting small. Pulls a potion off the shelf, like this one, full of love for something called baseball. This one is great for beginners. The effects are really mild. Drink it and you'll end up liking this baseball just a bit more than you already do. That's it. You suppose that does sound relatively harmless. If he also thinks it will help you return home, you might as well give it a try. Oh, perfect. Oh, come on. Put your wallet away. I'm not going to charge you for it. Just take it. And so you return to the court with a new map of the war and a single complimentary potion of liking baseball. Hey, you know what the trebuchets were throwing? Baseballs. I don't know if anyone else caught that, but I did. Ah, now you have a certain idea of what you're looking at here. Based on what the salesman told you, this is either a map or a weather report. Either way, the important thing is that you can choose which upcoming battlefield to traverse. Which battlefield should the court traverse? Wheat, grass, mountains, or beating the shit out of things. How about... I think... Or is that rice? Because if I go to this one, I have to cross hills. I love the anachronism. It's fantastic. I love this. Extras, fields, 2 food, missing, hills. Amenities, chests. Enemies, knights, and goons. Okay, boss. We'll fuck 'em up, boss. Okay. What is this? Knight's Keep. Matches with all enemy forts. Produces defensive knights. Match for Solitude. Quick to travel on foot. A bit flammable. Just a little bit. Just a little bit flammable. Robin has notes on how enemy knights behave in battle. Alright, let's see what Robin has to say. My notes don't usually comment on minor enemy units, but here's a quick footnote here. Knights are defensive units. They won't attack the court directly, no matter their number. That said, they will attack our units, workers and soldiers alike, whenever they draw near. As such, they pose less of a threat than other enemy types, but that doesn't mean they're not annoying. You thank Robin for this information. There's a new sign on the battlefield. Oh yeah, there is. Dripping with symbolism. Alright. You look through a spyglass at the sign in the distance. Dead end. Well, fuck. Does Quartz get a 32 plus or lower? I'd say Quartz does. Quartz gets a number below 32. Oh, I know this one. This is a Memento Mori. I hear they're popular among mortals. This one is quite simple, perhaps even unrefined. It says dead end, so any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits them at the end. What? Oh, you'll find out, in case they forgot. Precisely. You deem it unnecessary to offer any sort of correction. Alright, so... Oh, these... would have to be... Damn it. So these 3 buildings are of a different type. So what I can do is try and... Okay, if I bring this down... No, if I do that, then this comes down too. So what can I do to bring this down? But also... Well, this is probably necessary anyway. We do this. No, that's not right. Could do... If I do this... And then we can do this. I completely fucked that up. My skill and wit have failed me. I realized I didn't have... My skill and wit failed me because I just realized I didn't have any. It's like they took away my liquor license after they figured out I don't have one. What can we do here? So this is a bad position to be in right now. Not my liquor license I never had. Oh god, oh fucking that's so many guys. I'm screwed. If I can get a combo. Oh, you can oh. Damn it. You can match these up. I thought they were different tiles. God damn it. Cash, cold and hard. Yeah. Alright. So what I'm gonna have to do here is a metric shit ton of combatant units. That's precisely what I'm gonna have to do. Henry, you matched some of them earlier. Look, I have a confession, okay? I wasn't paying attention. I'm doing my best. I wasn't paying attention. Also, I realized that my window is clipping a little on the side, and I gotta fix that. It's driving me nuts. Where is it? We're gonna add... Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this simpler. I'm a 21st century man who has simple solutions to my problems. That doesn't work. Fuck. We're gonna do this. So I'm a 21st century man with solutions to my problems. There we go. Fixed. No, actually not quite. Hang on. Fixed. Okay, yay. I'm just gonna do this. Fixed. Yay. We did it. Okay. We're gonna get a shit ton of hostiles. That's what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Metric shit ton of them. Let's go. If I have more than they do, this is fine. That's how this works. Also, we get money for it. $13! Holy shit! We get it. We're so smart. We only had minor casualties. Okay. So if I go to the fields, then I should be able to go diagonal right to the back. Let's go. Okay, what can we do? What can we do? Got him. Got him. There's so many guys again. This is getting terrifying. Got him. Oh, this is a cornfield. Match for food. Quick to travel by foot. Flammable. Does not match wheat fields. Okay. Matches all... Oh. It says it right there in the instructions. God damn it. I'm the lead monarch of this court. What can we do? We could go... We don't have any stone. So that's going to be difficult for me. I do this and surround myself with water, should be able to survive. The universal ADHD experience of, how was I supposed to know that, reads one sentence. Oh. Okay, eliminated. Storage unit remains locked. Okay, what can we do? I can make 2 soldiers. Okay, soldiers, offensive, attacks the enemy. Working defensive fairy gathers wood from forest, defends your court. I want offensive. I'm not surviving this one. Done. Dade. Okay. Got close. For a short period of time after the court wakes each morning, it drifts through the tide alone, free from its relentless obligations to the battlefield. You've found this time useful for exploring your surroundings. Oh, what's this? You feel as if you should use a shower. Or as if you could use a shower. Well, to your mild surprise, the shower, nay, the whole bathroom attached to your chambers is, to put it diplomatically, a bit shabby. Unlike the rest of your chambers, those which choose to stretch and grow with size of your station, the bathroom remains small and intimate. If you were feeling less charitable, you might refer to it as claustrophobic. It's a water closet, okay? Also, the room is clearly built into the underside of a staircase. Very British. Various thumps and falls from above the ceiling provide ample evidence that this staircase is well-traveled. You aren't complaining. You also consider it a miraculous blessing that a fairy court outfitted with trappings of medieval Europe would also have functional modern plumbing. You turn the water on and test it with your hand. Despite the shower's appearance, the temperature is consistently warm and the water pressure is high. Just a completely normal, non-magical shower. Mediocre, even. You suspect that it will be a good reminder of what your life was like prior to absconding with a cohort of fairies. As you step inside and close the sliding door, you quickly retract the previous statement. The high-pressure water. The subtle ringing noise produced by the shower head. The echoes of the footsteps from the ceiling. All combine to create a cacophonous cocoon of sound and steam. If anything, the shower is perhaps the most magical object you've encountered in the court thus far. You let your mind drift for a while. You go over the short list of things you have learned about the court and the time since your arrival. One, Titanium Court is a royal fairy court, a place bound by ancient magic to withstand the tide, whatever that is. 2. Magic totally exists, by the way. 3. So do fairies, just so we're clear. 4. You are, however, not a fairy. As a person who has lived a decently unmagical life up until this point, you are instead a mortal. Yet somehow, your mortal status didn't disqualify you from being crowned queen of these fairies. In fact, so far as you can tell, nothing will disqualify you from this royal office, not even your own opposition to holding it. As loath as you are to leave, you think you've now spent enough time in this shower. That was it. I like that. That was good. Alright, the halls. What should you do here? There's Puck again, just down the hall. Alright, let's see if he runs off. You spy the man Puck just down the hall. Honestly, seems very fairy-like. He does not appear to have noticed you yet. You're certain that if he had, he would have already been making a hasty exit from your presence. Now might be a good time to follow him and observe for yourself what duties your steward is performing in lieu of offering you guidance. Well, the scholar said Puck's unemployed. This is very, magical and fairy-like, but the people we've interacted with aren't fairies. Funnily enough, they're all in suits. That's the interesting bit. Is everyone's dressed like they're in a corporation, not in medieval times. What if I don't want to be what if I don't want to be king of the fairies? Sir, this isn't a democracy. Alright. Okay, this is getting a little tedious. Fortunately, you can click and hold the left mouse button to speed up the proceedings. Try it in battle, too. No, I want to see everything. Also, this is a play that is being written as it is being performed, which is really crazy. I even forgot that detail to start with. But yes, they've admitted that the story is not done. Now there's a part of the court you had not yet discovered. A vast library extends before you. Wait. You suddenly realized with some annoyance that while you were gaping at the scenery, Puck managed to slip out of your sight. He slipped behind a bookcase. Did he not? Maybe you can figure out how. You inspect the bookcase you think Puck slipped behind. It doesn't budge when you attempt to move it. You try removing a random selection of books from its shelves, but that also has no effect. This is likely a waste of time. You're not even sure this is the correct shelf. Observe some of the paintings. How do you interpret this one? Punk rock. Fantasy of revenge. The subject is smashing his guitar, most probably out of a seething hatred for rock and roll. I think you misunderstand. I've heard it said that the smashing represents his fervent passion for rock and roll. But how can that be? With his guitar smash, surely he will find it difficult to participate in the day-to-day proceedings of rock and roll. You interject and suggest that the subject is likely has another guitar at the ready. That the smashing might represent both his passion and his wealth of guitars. Her Majesty's theory is compelling, but the evidence is circumstantial. After all, this theoretical secondary guitar is not featured in the painting. How can we be sure it exists? Perhaps the artist painted it somewhere in that negative space I've heard so much about. I suppose we'll need to keep an eye out for it. We're gonna go get some breakfast. Let's get some breakfast. Breakfast. You silently absorb the conversation around you as you eat breakfast. You know, vehicular theology is not so ridiculous if you consider the car to be mostly a metaphor. But for what? What could such an outlandish and inconsistent set of myths possibly be a metaphor for? Perhaps the psychological armor we construct around our true selves. All for the conveyance of soul-to-gather stages of enlightenment. It's not too hard to imagine. But aren't cars also allegedly beasts that devour naughty children who do not look both ways? Well, it never said it was a perfect metaphor. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. You got 10 water. What was your breakfast? I drank 6 liters of water. Let's fucking go. I'm hydrated. Holy shit, I have an office. Go to war? No. Potion of liking baseball. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a potion of liking baseball. What else do I have? The ever-changing map. Alright. Battlefield, an abstract representation of a single battlefield. Oh, I was kind of hoping it would give me details about them, because these seem like new maps and new tiles. While the exact extent of what you're supposed to be doing remains unclear, there is a growing list of things you think you should try to do. Recently, you've organized this list and placed it next to the ever-changing map for convenience. Achieve sufficient personal change that you can safely leave the court at night. Achieve victory in the war. Done. Escape the onslaught of catapults, inspect signs on the battlefield. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna drink a potion of liking baseball. You have yet to drink from the potion of liking baseball. For one reason for that is your natural trepidation towards something that you have been assured will change you. Another reason is that the potion's instructions clearly state that for best results, you should leave the potion in direct sunlight until it bubbles. While it's been sitting in your office collecting sunlight from the window since you brought it back, it has yet to start bubbling, so you continue to wait. Well, alright then. I'm so fucking hydrated. Bladder explodes. Where did my kidneys go? They turned to water. They couldn't handle it. Alright, what do we have? Comfort. With her calculator returned to her, Robin can give you a detailed analysis of the battlefield. You know what? Let's do that. Robin's calculator makes an appearance. I've been looking for that. Proceed at max comfort level 1. Yes. Which battlefield should the court traverse? Extra woods. Missing fields, amenities, chests, enemies, birds, and goons. Flora, average. Enemies, wormholes? I gotta see this. I'm sorry. I know this is not the correct way to do it, but I have to see. You now notice that the battlefield is littered with a bunch of ominous... What are those? Are those wormholes? I'm not sure what to call them, Your Majesty, but those things are bad news. The tide seems to group them with the enemy, but they never disappear when matched. Instead, they appear to merge with their neighbors, retaining every soldier those neighbors possess. If prayer actually worked, I would pray that we would not see them grow. They remain harmless as long as they're empty. Consult Robin's battle calculator? Yes. Right, here's what my calculator says. There aren't any environmental hazards threatening the court that I can see. As for the enemy, these are empty, so we don't need to worry about them. These are deploying units. I can give you more detailed if you'd like. You know what, why not? This is capable of attacking the court. It doesn't deploy its units until roughly halfway through the battle, so at least we'll have some time to prepare. Based on these calculations, it seems like the court is currently pretty safe. If we wish to maintain this position, we could just move the court around without disturbing the rest of the battlefield until low tide arrives. Either way, that's all I have. Feel free to ask again if the battlefield situation changes. Cool! See, some of this is really cool. I like that. Where it's like, yeah, you can get little trinkets that have your members of the court help you. How about... I want to get these away from this wormhole. But how? Okay, well, I can do that, I guess. What is this? Stump. A seat announcing new beginnings. The soapbox of the natural world. Alright, so we'll do this. Oh, I just had a thought. What if I surround you with water? Surrounded by waters and mountains. It can't get to us, and these three are empty. Which means that the rest of my turns I can spend collecting resources. I'm so clever. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Fuck. God damn it. I thought I was so smart. Oh no. I'm fucking it up. I'm fucking it up. But I'm gonna own my fuck ups. Okay. So the only one that's hostile is here. And to get to us, they have to go all the way up and around. Which means I can spend my time harvesting. Also, I don't get those resources back, so I have to be nice. Oh, poor guy's just stuck. Can't do a damn thing. So we can do the exact opposite. So we can protect ourselves by surrounding ourselves with water, or we can completely hose them by surrounding them with water. That's clever. A to-do list. Achieve sufficient personal change that you can safely leave the court at night. Achieve victory in the war. Hills. But mountains give 2. Missing water. Amenities chest. Generic. Amenities, a market. Archers and goons. This one seems like a terrible idea, but we're gonna do it. Alright, let's see. There it is. Winter Hill. Match for stone. Very slow to travel on foot. Does not match with Summer Hills. We're gonna get a shit ton of stone for this. Yeah! That wasn't a lot. Matches with all other castles. Produces skybound birds. What is this? Egg zone. There are eggs over here. Eggs? Eggs. How about... What can I do here? If I do this... That did nothing. That did not help. I could do this. No, that did not help. Ah, yes, the egg mines. My favorite. So there's always snacks available. Yeah, well, there's only one hostile entity. So I can spend this time to collect resources and then just send a bunch of soldiers here. Also, we have this chest, so that should be fine. Love finding a vein of scrambled. If it's a bit old, it's a problem, but otherwise it's pretty fine. Okay, so we now have 2 hostiles, but that's fine. Eggs. A mysterious egg is on the battlefield. Hey, Nate, how you doing? Are you doing good? I hope so. You receive a fascinating offer from the Egg Zone that has appeared on the battlefield. Egg, 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 egg. Your Majesty, great to see you again. Still trying to get home? Anyways, I have an offer for you. He gestures to a large pile of eggs. Just ate some Subway. Doing pretty good. Just got off work, drinking a hard cider, and ate some Subway. That's a good way to wrap up the night, I think. Temperature +1 Celsius. Oh, that's 1 comfort, right. He gestures at the large pile of eggs on the battlefield. That's right. You could become the proud owner of your very own football. Is he talking about the eggs? Eggs? What eggs? I've only got footballs here. They clearly look like eggs. Your Majesty, they are likely American footballs. I hear those are shaped like eggs. Hey, if you're going to call your football an egg, call it an egg. Who am I to judge? Most important part is I'm prepared to part with one of these footballs for an incredibly low price. In fact, I'm prepared to pay you to take one with you. He's willing to pay you to take one. There must be a downside to doing so. You'd like to know what it is. Well, raising a football is a big responsibility. Too big for me. Do not football the babies. That sounds like quitter talk. But you seemed like you really got it together, Your Majesty. Oh, fuck, we got 10 seconds to add time. What a great time. You wanna grow a football? Let's all debate whether or not we want to grow a football here in the next ad break. Don't go too far. We'll be back shortly. Okay, and we're back. Let's get that, there we go. Alright. So, let's get back to it here. So, what did I miss? Deli meat. Oh, of course he doesn't like deli meat? Get the moist meatballs or chicken, I wonder. Oh, yes. Sorry, Janice, if we don't have it automatically generating, but if you want one, we're generating single-use ones for people upon request and just sending it to them directly. So I see here, so Janice, if you want one, I see Nate, you want one too, so we can get two on deck for you. Let's see. I'll see if I can get to that. Get two generated. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doo. Server settings, invites. I think we can get a new one generated for single use. Edit. 6 hours, expire after 6 hours. Number of uses, 1 use. Alright. Get that generated. Send that to... Alright, so who asked here first? Janice. Alright, Janice. We'll get that sent to you here. Whisper. That should do. I'm fine with deli meat. Oh, what does that say? I'm fine with deli meat, but it has to be a thicker cut. Thin cuts feel slimy. Yeah, there's something about the gel, like the gel in protein in deli meat, where it's got to be, if it gets a little old and it gets a little slippery, it's kind of gross. Now let's get another link here. Edit. Another one. Generate. We will send that to... Nate. Alright, so where do we send this to you here, Nate? Hey, Michisu, could I get you to send this one down the pipe for me? I'd appreciate that if you're around. You can Twitch Whisper if you want, or my Discord is Nader123 if you want to just send a friend request or something. Okay, sounds good. Let's... You know what? Let's get that out of the way here. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doo. Let's go... I always struggle navigating Discord. Requests, message requests, Oh, come on. Oh yeah, I'll get it whispered. Yeah, for Nate, if you wouldn't mind. I just started getting it queued up here, but I'm getting caught up in the user interface in this. I don't like Discord's user interface. It's meant for phones, and it does not play nice. Pending online. Shit. I got the one. I've got the code, that self-immolating one. Or whatever they call it. Single use, yeah. If you could whisper that to him, I'd appreciate it. If you're in the middle of something, that's okay. I can get it too. You govern a whole magical court. You command vast armies. You ask questions before agreeing to stuff. Lol, self-immolating is so much more fun. I like that one too. A self-immolating invitation. As soon as you use it... That's the cool thing too, and that's a feature I appreciate in Discord. So I can track all active invites. And I know a song called Self-Immolation. You ask questions before agreeing to stuff. I can't think of anyone better suited to carrying one of these babies to victory. It is a baby, isn't it? You can use the link and then it quickly melts into a puddle of stem cells. Also, a great idea to make magic multi-factor authentication in like a D&D game. I wonder if there is multi-factor. Actually, no, there is multi-factor in Discord. I just don't know if you need MFA to, like, enter a server. But, well, to answer your question, you know how the game of football works, right? You lose the ball, you get a penalty. That's not how it works. I can't keep racking up these penalties, Your Majesty. I'm gonna go broke. But I doubt that it'll be a problem for you, so what do you say? You consider assuming guardianship of a football. Collect $10 for taking the ball. We will take the ball. I could use $10 for taking the ball. You collect the signing bonus along with the egg, thus assuming responsibility for shepherding it to victory. I'll be rooting for you. What ball do? $2. Holy hell, $4. Yours, all yours. Oh, like a self-immolating rune. Touch a rock to the wall, turns into a puddle, opens the door. Alright, let's see here. Low tide, make preparations for incoming battle. Okay, so they got a mountain. Oh, but I have to protect the egg now, too. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go 3. I can't wait for our ball to hatch into a creature we're definitely prepared for and not die instantly. Only one way to find out. Holy shit, we made so much money. What am I gonna do with all this money? Oh my god. So much fiscal benefit. What if I bring the egg to the dragon? What will happen? Will the dragon just take the egg and go, my baby? Bring the football to the end zone. Oh. I just got it. To the end zone. Oh. I'm so fucking lame. I love it. What is this? Shoe, a tremendous sneaker, housing a real estate office. Dear God. Alright, let's see if we got... I want to go to the real estate office. High tide. While the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Alright. So we eliminate them. Thread eliminated. Bring you here. And then we can do this. Ucha, thread eliminated. And then I can do this. Kucha, thread eliminated. If I do this. I didn't mean to do that, but I'm gonna take it. Hoocha! Thread eliminated. I go like this... Actually, if I go like... Oh. This? Then I can do this. Now we got some... Wow! Chests. Get all of it. We have... this guy. An archer. Reduces dangerous archers. How about... Oh, I still have my little soldiers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go 4. That should do. Commence battle. No, you're going the wrong way, you fools! You're not protecting the... No! No, don't hit the egg! Not the egg! Protect egg! Okay. So now... Hospital! Hospital. And catapults. Do this. Alright. A medical establishment is offering to sell you love. Heal. Sorry, we're closed. Healing is not possible during high tide, so you have been told. Do not touch Bappy. Correct. Heal for Bappy. IV drip. Healthy fluid. Receive health whenever you gather water until the drip is done. Increases max health by 10. Yeah, that's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good, you know. Okay. I need to find a way to shuffle this guy in. Could do this. I don't know why I did that. That was a terrible idea. I could go like this. Like this. Should get these closer together. Get this farther away, perhaps. Then I can do this. Get those eliminated. Get this eliminated. This. No, that doesn't work. Can I get a chain? Can I get a chain going? No. Not there, at least. That's a risk. What can I do here? There are no mountains to protect me. That's the problem. Battle. Let's see how screwed I am. All right, Robin, what does the calculator say? These catapults looks like they'll hit the course, so we might want to perform evasive maneuvers. That's for the enemy. These are empty. These are deploying. No. Just the executive summary is fine. I say the court is in considerable peril. I trust your majesty has a solid plan for these threats. If not, we might be cooked. Either way, that's all I have. Okay. It is my formal opinion that this court is fucked. Does somebody live in that shoe? Well, you may seem While you may have expected the giant shoe to be someone's personal residence, it actually houses a real estate office. And by purchasing real estate, you can lock individual tiles on the battlefield so they'll follow you into the next battle. Purchase a property, meaning it will follow you from battle to battle. Well, I want this corn. I'll buy that corn for $8. Okay, so my goal is if they can get rid of at least 2 of these trebuchets, I should be okay. I just have to throw a lot of resources at this problem. Ooh, that's a... Okay, that's a cool effect. Thank goodness there's a hospital. Wait. What happened? Oh, did they just jump? Did they manage to beat me up before time ran out? Or did... Oh, no, the egg. They beat up the egg. You wake with a start as the cat leaps off of your lap. Your legs seem to have fallen asleep. Oh, man. Still not bubbling. Okay. The library. What should we do? You hear the voice of the man named Puck somewhere nearby. Perhaps you should listen in. While exploring the library, you suddenly hear the voice of a man named Puck echoing from the floor above you. Yep, that's him, all right. You discreetly move to a location where you can listen in. Is that a... Just put another marble in the bag whenever she comes by. That should help to keep the flow of events moving. Oh, but don't do it where she can see you. That part's important. Oh, but Her Majesty seems an understanding sort. Why hide it? Puck's voice is tinged with annoyance. I'm not talking about her. I meant the other queen. Ah, there we are. You always suspected your royal position was merely ceremonial, but you assumed the real power within the court lay with Puck. Now you hear him mention another queen. Very interesting. As you ruminate on this new information, you hear the quick approach of Puck's footsteps. Just as he reaches the landing, you emerge from your place of ambush and take him by the arm. Be surprised, he hides it well, falling into step casually beside you. My queen, punctual as ever. Punctual as ever. Punctual as ever. I take it you are adjusting well to your circumstances. You have no complaints about your accommodations, but your circumstances are another matter. A matter that he appears to understand, but continues to neglect to explain. Puck laughs and hands you an envelope. I expect you'll find all of your answers here. Perhaps after a few degrees of separation, but here nonetheless. You take the envelope from him and begin to open it suspiciously. And now I must attend to more business in the other wing, so I'll take my leave. Oh, we're a lesbian. Oh no. Or oh yes. Happy Pride! Before you can object, a nearby bookcase swings open, revealing a door that he quickly enters and shuts behind him. Again, it doesn't budge when you approach, nor when you jostle a random selection of books on the shelf. Given not much of an alternative, you begin reading through the contents of the envelope. Royal recommendations for Her Majesty, the Queen of the Titanium Court. 1. Leave. That's it. Happy Pride, medieval corporate lesbians. You sigh. You suspect you'll have to find your answers elsewhere. I love it. He's like, oh, I've given you an envelope that answers all of your questions. The answer? Fuck off. Just fuck off. Just get out of here. Just fuck off. Perhaps you have time for another shower. You turn on the water and wait for the heat before stepping in. While there is no consequences on the full extent of your duties as queen, everyone seems to agree that you are in charge of the war. The heaviness of this duty is eased by the fact that your courtiers do not seem to care whether your leadership results in victory or defeat. But if you had your choice, you would pursue a third option, peace. Fuck, I want answers. Okay, go away. Sure, the combatants on all sides of the conflict are immortal, meaning the violence is free of the standard consequences. But that doesn't change the fact that the court appears to be trapped by this war. To hear your courtiers describe it, the war has been ongoing since before any of them can remember. None of them can speak to its origins. None of them can speak to its purpose. They go through life every day expecting to be violently conquered as a matter of course for reasons beyond their understanding. Immortal or not, such a life strikes you as needlessly tragic, so you have resolved to end this war at the earliest opportunity. To do so, you suspect you will need to learn a lot more about both the enemy and the court. As loath as you are to leave, you think you've now spent enough time in the shower. What should you do here? Let's grab some breakfast. Oh my god, I just realized this is a Shower Thoughts minigame. And I just realized that the thoughts only progress if you collect the thought resources, the thought tiles. The dining hall. Let's grab some bud. You make a modest proposal over breakfast. Given that you have no desire or qualifications to be queen of a court of fairies, you propose instead to abdicate your position. Abdicate? Is it even possible for Her Majesty to do such a thing? Such an action would leave our system of governance in tatters. You must not, Your Majesty. Yes, well, you could first help them establish a new form of government, something more equitable than a monarchy, at least. Ah, like a democracy. Or perhaps a democratic republic. I can foresee a very smooth transition to such an arrangement. Really? How so? Well, under popular rule, we would simply elect Her Majesty to a permanent position of ultimate authority. You sigh. You're not going to bother abdicating if they're just planning to immediately elect you to the same position. Such tyranny! Our dreams of liberty die on the vine. Oh well. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. I want a democracy. Fine, we'll elect you and then just lobotomize our own sense of governance so that you become a monarch again. And so, it is time to go to war with my $2. Go to war once more? Yeah. After breakfast, the court goes to war. Alright, let's see. What do we get? Comfort. Receive an egg, along with $12 signing bonus. You still receive a penalty if it's destroyed. So what was the penalty? Comfort. Start with basic income of $2 at the start of every low tide. Increase the market transaction limit by 5. Start with 2 mulligans that will let you retry a losing battle. Start with an extra 10. Let's try a mulligan. You gained a couple of mulligans. See, what I think is what I like about this is you only get experience when you lose. The experience levels you up. Level up gives you the ability to bring more things with you, but they're treated as handicaps But I don't know if that's a matter of pride or not. I don't know if I'm a proud enough fella to worry. I don't think I'm proud enough. I'll do it. I'll be cheap. Is it cheap if it's like a core mechanic? I don't think so. My favorite is Brennan Lee variety. Well, the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. That's a neat system. I do like it when games have a built-in game mechanic to adjust difficulty yourself. And it's like, you don't have to take it. Like, I didn't need Robin's battle calculator, but it is neat. Because it even warned you just how hooped you are. Alright, arrange the field. While the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Is there just a guy there? What is a guy to do? Oh, that worked. We'll go with that. And that, and that. Now I'm surrounded by all fronts. And if I do this, I'll still be surrounded by protected on all fronts. Actually, that's not true. We got a problem here I have to sort. How's about this? If I do that, then I lose protection here. So I'm going to do this. If I do this, then I'm still protected. Damn it! No, I'm not. Oh no. Oh no. I flew too close to the sun. Well, I shouldn't worry. I've got resources. I can just fight them off. And they're very close to the end of the timeline here. So I can get like 1 or 2 soldiers here to beat them up by that time. But to be absolutely safe, I can do this. Hey, that worked out. Now I don't need to worry at all. There's somebody standing on that stump. You look towards the stump in the distance. A lone figure appears to be holding up a sign. Learn self-defense, $1. Ooh, we should sign up, Your Majesty. The court is terrible at defending itself. Pay for a lesson in self-defense? Yes. You suppose $1 isn't that much. Oh, I lost my OBS window. There it is. You suppose $1 isn't that much? You could spare it merely to satiate your own curiosity. You and your... What? I've never seen this word before. Retween? Retinue. Retinue. I'm learning words today. You and your retinue gather around the stump in hand. Step right up, we'll start in a moment. As it happens, you aren't the only student present for today's lesson. That's right. I have the honor of being Sensei's #1 disciple. That doesn't mean anything, kid. And please stop calling me that. The instructor turns to you. It's your first time here, right? Let me explain how this works. Basically, each lesson I'm going to give you 1 card for self-defense, and then tell you how to use it. But the first thing you gotta know is, I'm not always gonna be here to give you cards. If you really want to defend yourself, you're eventually gonna need to find your own cards. Question, Sensei, where can I find these cards? Haven't you been coming here for years, kid? You tell me. Sensei's answers possess so many meanings, true understanding still eludes me. Sigh. Okay, look, kid, it's not a riddle. Normally, you can just find self-defense cards in shops and chests. Got it? You nod. Shops, chests. Anyway, why don't you start by choosing a card? A group of advisors, assistants, or others accompanying an important person. Your posse, your group. It's kind of formal and monarchy vibed word for that. I've learned a new word today. Holy hell. Archer outpost. Defensive structure. Harass passerby. Driller. Working. Defensive ferry. Gathers rocks from hills. Defends your court. I like that one. So I have a problem getting rocks. What is this? Shield. Defensive rock. Takes damage in place of your court. Ooh, that one's good too. Thorns. Defensive tradition. All who would harm you take damage in return. Scales up in multiples. Okay, I'm torn between Driller, Shield, and Thorns. Do I want resources to make units? A card to make a unit out of those resources? Or a passive? You know what? I think I'm going to take the passive. You receive 2 thorns. Okay, thorns. These are interesting. So the way they work is, whenever an enemy unit attacks your court, it's going to take some damage in return. The more thorns you have, the more damage they'll deal. So if you get enough of them, then most enemies won't be able to hit you more than once. Now you may be thinking, if I'm still taking damage, aren't these things kind of not that useful? And you're right! If you're overwhelmed by enemies, thorns aren't going to help you out much. But where they really shine is when you've got 1 or 2 enemies positioned to attack you early in a battle. Without any means of defending yourself, an early attack like this can deal a ton of damage. It might even be fatal. But when you have thorns, there's an upper limit to how much that kind of early strike can hurt you. One last thing about thorns, they're a passive tool, so you won't see them with the rest of your cards. Instead, you can see them hanging out over here with all your other passive effects. Over where now? Oh, right. Because their religion prevents them from telling you about it. And that's the lesson. Go try it out. Stuff! Okay. What do we have? Dragon's Cough. Offensive spell. Raise tiles above you 1 at a time. Drill. Oh, I wanted this. I wanted both of these. Actually, I didn't know this existed, but I may want it. I think I do want it. 9 wood and some water. Acquisition provides... Oh. And I'm going to get a bunch of drillers going. I have no means to do so. I'm screwed. No. Actually, I think I'm fine. They can't get to me in time. Oh. Well, I guess they can. Okay. Well, I could use the hospital. Let's go. Let's do it. We're gonna do the thing. Whoa, vending machine. What does this vending machine have for sale? I gotta know. I could buy food, water. But we're gonna have tons of food soon. Very soon. I'll need this vending machine for anything. Eliminate you. I could... Okay, don't want to eliminate you. I need you. Could... do... No. I could do this. No, I want to actually shuffle this over here somehow. So how can I do that? I do this. Then I can do this. Damn it. I'm back where I was. Well, I can do this. Then I can do this. And now I've eliminated them. So now I have no hostiles on the field. None. This is amazing. Okay. So then I have tons of field. Now can I do something to get the stones closer? If I do this... That's close-ish. I do this. Then I can do this. Which brings the stone closer, because then they can go across the vending machine. Okay. No. Okay. We are so ready. We are so ready. Okay. What battles? T fucking he. We're so ready for all this nothing the enemy's gonna throw at us. We feel so invincible. I forgot to use the hospital. Extra hills, missing water, amenities shop, enemies scamps. Scamps and goons. What the hell's a... What is a scamp? Just a little scamp. Well, at least it's not a goober. Those things are... Goobers are terrifying. I want to keep that. I'm going to do this. That lets us eliminate these two. What is a scamp? A miserable pile of secrets. "'Tis not by my hand that something, something, something." Oof! Alright. We have one hostile. We can solve that very easily. What does the shop have for us? Oh, pick up an egg from Egg Zone. Once again, you have the option of picking up a football, which with the understanding that you will receive a penalty if it's destroyed. You consider assuming guardianship of the football. Restore yourself to full health? Nah, not enough for that. Collect $10. 22 water. $10. I'll take $10. I'll be rooting for you. Okay. Next. We'll go to the shop. We have double beam, offensive spell, raise your entire row. Man, I love the part of Dracula monologue where he goes, "'Tis not my hand that, fuck." Line? I don't know why I'm blanking so hard on it. This is why I can't be a Dracula. Elevate, working spell. Move it in any direction. Move in any direction so long as it's vertical. Double beam. 20, 20, 20, and 20. God damn. I don't think I want any of those. Scamp. Offensive fairy. Fast, fierce, and fragile. Oh, that's a scam. Gonna get a scamp. Just gonna get ourselves a little scamp. Just wreck it all. We're gonna make so much money too. Oh my god. We made a return on investment already. Very nice. Volcanoes. Amenities Hospital. Enemies, centaurs and goons. That sounds terrifying. Where can I go from here? I do think I want to go to the hospital. I'm going to go to the hospital. You notice a slight... Oh, let me start that again. You notice that a slightly different hill has made an appearance on the battlefield. Ellipses. You hate to ask, but those are definitely volcanoes, aren't they? Says Robin, yes, Your Majesty. When those volcanoes erupt, their surroundings will take 6 damage and burst into flame. Hello again, a quick clarification is now necessary. When Robin says the volcano's surroundings take damage, that includes diagonal neighbors. Also, you can see when the volcanoes will erupt over here on the timeline. Also, please note that volcanoes actually match with standard hills for some reason. With this life-saving information now imparted, I will take my leave again. Goons, what's next? Ruffians? Knaves? Ne'er-do-wells? Rapscallions? Perhaps? I'm sure it's not exhaustive. You look through a spyglass from atop the walls of the court at the distant signs on the battlefield. No parking. Curious. A curious symbol. A magical glyph of some sort, but I am unfamiliar with its meaning. It appears to outlaw the letter P, yet it prevents me from not proclaiming provocations pertaining to the presence of P in any of my pronunciations. Perhaps, what do our scholars make of it? Hop answers the call of his profession. You are correct that it is a simple magical word, but this one is of mortal origin. Perhaps Her Majesty would care to explain to us its purpose. He winks at you and then retreats from the conversation. Put on the spot, you tentatively explain that this sign is attempting to prevent somebody from parking an automobile within its vicinity. Your courtiers appear to be highly amused by this explanation. Some of them even laugh out loud. Aha, so it's supposed to be warding off cars. Cars, a strange new mortal superstition, similar to an ogre or troll, but made of metal. Ah, I think I've heard of that. It's a bit nostalgic, is it not? Mortals used to use their magic to ward off fairies. Yes, I remember. It almost never worked, but it was probably less of a waste of time than this. Ah! Quite. After all, at least fairies exist. Seeing the look on your face, he backtracks a bit. No offense intended, Your Majesty. I'm certain if cars were real, this ward would be doing a fine job. You and your stupid fucking cars. That sounds like every person I've ever known who rides a bicycle to work. Eliminated. Ooh. Okay, no more threat from the mountain. I can do this. And then I can do this. Yeah! Then I can do this. I think I put myself in a little bit of trouble. I say, I've put myself in a spot of trouble. We got 3 volcanoes now. I need to get the hospital out of the way of the volcano. So if I do... Oh no, I just destroyed the hospital. No, there's another one. We're good. Yeah, I know I blew up the hospital, but it's fine. But it's fine. We got another one. We got a spare. So we're either in the distant future or some sort of merged reality. This is a really interesting plot. I like it. Which is funny because this is supposed to be a play being written in real time. Haha, only 2 hostile things. All right. And this is protected, so we're gonna go... Actually, the only 2 hostile entities can't get to me. Well, easily anyway. The centaur, maybe. This guy, not so much. One, two. 1, 2. If I shoot straight north, I destroy the hospital, so I'm not gonna do that. Alright, let's go. This is in the corner, nothing can get to it. Oh, he's fast! Oh, he's fast. That's fine. We beat him up. And he got... he got messed up by the volcano. Tee. Okay. Which battlefield should the court traverse? I didn't go to the hospital again. How many times am I going to do that? Alright, 3rd time's the charm. Actually, I'm short on water. I want more water. So we got water and mountains here. That's fine, there's catapults. So they'll be protected by the hills. The hills will protect us from the catapults. Well, the field is broken. Arrange to your advantage. Alright, where am I? Okay, I'm right here. What can I do? That made everything worse. Alright, we should be fine. If I do this. Okay. And I can do... We have a potion. Okay. So I can convert something to a mountain. So I can put a mountain here. And then I'm completely protected by everything. And then I can put water here, which protects the egg. Right? So 4 water. Okay. I think we're okay. And then I'll buy from the hospital. Surgery. Healthy spell. Restore yourself to full heart at the cost of reducing your max by 8. Oh, I don't like that. But for $8, I can increase my max health by 10. Okay. Let us not forget that. So we'll do this. We do this. That was a dumb move on my part. So now I have to move this out of the way somehow. If I do this, and then I do this, so I've surrounded that in stone. If I do this, okay. So then I can do... Let me think. I do this. Now, I'm surrounded in stone. I could do this. Which then gives me an opportunity to change out the trebuchets. So I can go shuffle. Shuffle. No, because I can go here, and then I can go here. I can go here. Bring the catapults up. Alright, that's a bit risky, but I'm going to do it. Oh. Well, that worked out better than I thought. Okay, so now I can do some potion work. Oh, hey, I have an idea. Oh, I can't do that. That's fine, we'll put it here. So then that stops hostiles from getting in. I can put one here too. So then all I have to protect is I just have to attack this trebuchet. There. And I've got enough resources, I don't need to worry about much else. Now, hospital. There. Got some health in me. I think we're ready. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Then the rest shouldn't be able to get to us. How about, and one of these guys, 2 of these guys. So we're gonna have so many resources, oh my god. Oh wait, so that's interesting, because in the halls, there was discussion of a painting of the guy smashing the guitar, but they're showing up now. Oh no, don't you dare touch that egg. They booped the egg. I tried. Alright. What is this? A rather large jar, already difficult enough to open at standard scale. 150 health. Am I supposed to beat the ever-loving shit out of a jar? Evil monsters touching my eggs. They don't touch my eggs. Rare chest. That might be a good idea, actually. Archers and goons. Well, let's give it a go. Oh, and there's a jar. Okay, what does the jar do? There is considerable excitement surrounding the rather large jar that has drifted into view. Beat that jar! Fuck up that jar! From among the detritus scattered by the tide, a large and imposing jar floats into view. Upon catching sight of it, Robin groans. Your Majesty, I advise you steer the court away from that thing. But the other courtiers can object. Nay, Robin, such advice is an error. We must steer closer to the jar so we may ever have a hope to open it. Robin explains her reasoning. Every time we wage war in proximity to that jar, our soldiers neglect the battle in favor of attempting to open it. But we are still making progress. Surely by now we'll have at least put a dent in it. Robin sighs. The decision is yours, Your Majesty, but if we must attack the jar, let's at least do it when the court is relatively safe. And we're relatively safe, I think. New. Open the jar. So now I have to bring the egg to the end zone, and I have to open the jar. Also, we're at another break here for our last break for the stream. So let's all get up and stretch and move around. Don't go too far, we'll be back shortly. I lost track of time, I am so sorry, I have no idea. Okay. We are back. Now it's time for the last leg of the stream. Let's see how far we can get with this. Let's see, do we open the jar? Or do we try and bring the football to the end? Maybe we can do both. We have 2 mulligans. We don't have a lot of hostile entities either. Impassable on foot does not match with tap water. Oh, so this is tap water. Not flammable. If I do... I'm not doing so hot right now. This is gonna be a tough one. If I do this, I can swap the jar. Okay. If I do this, I'm gonna have to give up the rare chest. So I'm not taking any chances right now. Can I entomb you? No. If I do this... That doesn't get me much. If I do this... then I fuck up immensely. I think I'm gonna get a mulligan. You have the option to retry a losing battle. Well, at least the egg is safe. Ooh, I can attack straight north. Okay. That works. That gets rid of that side. Now we get a bunch of rapscallions. I have no more wood. I am completely devoid of wood. How am I out of wood? Alright, let's see how bad this goes. That destroyed my only protection. Oh my god! How? As the court moves motionlessly across the void, it suddenly encounters a neighbor. Your courtiers cry out in alarm. You spy a great dragon soaring above his lair in the distance. The legendary apex predator opens his mouth and addresses the court. Here is what he says.
Yeah, hey, could I get a... Hang on, let me look at the menu.
He sweeps his gaze over the court, doubling back when he catches sight of you atop its walls.
Oh man, I have the fairy... Oh man, I'll have the Fairy Queen combo meal. No pickles.
Which battlefield should the court traverse? I love that.
Can I get a... Can I get like a monarchy?
Chests and market. Okay, I definitely need wood to pull this off. Robin has notes on how the dragon behaves in battle. Alright, Robin, let's see. Right, here's what my notes say. The dragon's first priority is to cook every fairy we send into the field. Once all our units are cooked, then he'll turn his attention to the court. If we can find a way to spread our units far and wide, we might be able to withstand the assault. Or we could try and keep our units on the hills or water where fire is much less effective. But even if he doesn't burn the court directly, we're still in danger of catching fire from neighboring fields and woods. And those are all the notes I have. You thank Robin for this information. If I move into the corner, I'm completely surrounded by stone and water. 1, 2, and I have the moves to do it. Okay, what is this here? Perhaps the dragon can be bribed into leaving you alone. Your scholars determined that based on current meteorological readings, an adequate bribe for the dragon should be 50 food. Oh, shit. I don't have 50 food. Unfortunately, the court's storehouses are presently incapable of satiating the dragon's appetite. Let's not even try it. Damn, that would have been awesome. Okay. So we're going to move into the corner. Does not match with Summerwoods. Oh, that worked out really well, actually. Okay, so there's the store. Okay, 34 plus 18. 52. I can bribe them. Trading shall not commence until the first bell of the following low tide. Damn it. Can I bribe at low tide? Fuck. Well, there goes all my defense. That went really bad. Green Hills. Global broadcast hills reveal their true nature as forests. All stone become tree. That's cool. In an embarrassing turn of events, you're unable to complete that transaction because your hands are currently full. While it's your majesty's right and privilege to engage in queenly excess, you'll need to drop something if you want to hold something else. Okay, so how would you go about doing that? Allow me! When interacting with a shop or chest, simply click on your cards to offer them up for sale. That's the only way to get rid of your cards. You're welcome. Okay, well, we don't need it then. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy a bunch of bread, and we're gonna sell it to the dragon. That's what we're gonna do. And we have 11 now. So that's 22 plus 34. That's well over 50. And a little bit for ourselves. There we go. Time out. Okay. Aware of the dragon's voracious appetite, you offer him a sizable amount of food in exchange for your lives. What, is this some kind of new promotion? You're gonna give me free food to not eat here? I mean, I'm not gonna say no to free food. While the rest of your court rejoices at his departure, you are now more restrained. You strongly doubt this will be a permanent solution. In fact, you wouldn't be surprised if the bribe ultimately serves as an incentive for the dragon to seek out the court once again. Yay! Economic victory! Moral, a penny saved is a comrade unburned. This is amazing. Casualties, ours, 4. Casualties, theirs, 12. PDI, Property Damage Index, 10. Having demonstrated your burgeoning skill, your tolerance for a new challenge grows. You feel your maximum level of strife increase to 1. With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 2. With the war now behind you, you encounter a memorial dedicated to its victims. Memorial to those fallen in the war. Casualties, 16. Some among your courtiers roll their eyes at this. Oh, they'll be back. Now, having carried the football from the egg zone to the end zone, your duty of care is complete. Touchdown! I don't get it. A curse is lifted. On this day, the Queen of the Titanium Court did unburden her people of the curse of guardianship, and there was jubilation as he spikes the fucking baby dragon. Okay. You're gonna be honest, given its appearance, you genuinely expected the football to hatch. Perhaps it was unfertilized? Now, having expended much of its energy during the day, the court retires to bed. You awake suddenly in your chambers. Something about your surroundings doesn't feel right. You can't see much as you look out from your balcony. The sky is pitch black. Something is clearly wrong with the courtyard. You've never seen it so disordered. The ground shakes as your stomach churns. Taking a deep breath, you keep your sights on the door. I'll bring the door to me. After moving through many unfamiliar halls, you suddenly find yourself in front of the court's great gates. Perhaps the court is trying to tell you that now would be a prudent time to depart. Who can say? The gates, what do you do here? Explore the west wing, return to the courtyard, look out from atop the walls of the court. No dragon. Yeah, there is no Dagron. Just an inky black void out there. Try to open the gates? Let's do it. You make an attempt to open the great gates of the court. They don't budge. You notice that there are 4 locks on the gates, leading you to assume that 4 keys of some sort will be necessary to open them. Let's explore the West Wing hallways. Head towards the library, or head towards your office. Well, let's go to the library. You thought you were on your way to the library. Have you been here before? Labyrinth entrance. Wasn't the library in this direction? Have you been here before? Might as well keep going, or explore elsewhere. Well, let's keep going. Which direction should you go? The stairs? The ladder? Back where you came from? The door? How about the stairs? You end up getting lost. Labyrinth entrance. Wasn't the library in this direction? Have you been here before? There's a note taped to the door. There is now a note taped to the door which appears to be locked. It reads, "Because they wasted Her Majesty's time, these labyrinthine hallways are being reprimanded. They are currently in a timeout and will not be available again until tomorrow, management." God damn. Your sitting chamber. What should you do here? I mean, we can sit. Head towards the east wing. Enter your office. Well, we're here nearby the office. Let's take a peek in there. You move to enter your office. And are surprised to discover that the door is locked. Or maybe it's just stuck. Someone seems to have wedged a bunch of pamphlets in the gap between the door and the frame. You pull one of them out. The cover simply reads, "The key to success begins with $30." The rest of it is just various photographs of handshakes. Okay, well, it looks like you're not getting this door open right now. A foyer of statues. They look familiar, don't they? Enter the room marked by the dragon statue. The dining hall or the pantry. Let's go see the pantry. Sneak some snacks from the pantry. The pantry. Is anything you need in here? The cat is over there. The cat! As you approach, the cat immediately begins making demands of you. Her, translated to, "Great Queen, how fortuitous. My campaign to subdue this province in your name has reached a stalemate." Morale, translated to, "The locals have transformed the terrain itself into a weapon. Look, this sheer cliff vexes my powerful and weighty frame." Okay, so it kind of seems like he's probably trying to climb up on one of the high shelves here and is running into trouble. Meow, translated to, "Yes, and so I seek your aid, but alas, your royal height is also insufficient for this purpose." Mew, translated to, "Surely such an obstacle cannot surpass the resources at your disposal." Yeah, I suppose we could pile up some of the junk in here to help him out. It's not like the core is going to use any of it right now. Add something to the pile. We can add rocks. Stack some rocks? Yes. Where would you stack it? Here. That's enough for now. Oh, there's a giant jar. Alright, climb the ladder, let's go. Alright, let's see what the dragon statue has. The Fountain of Youth. What should you do here? Have a drink at the bar? Yes. We're gonna get so smashed as the fucking queen. You find yourself in a sleepy pub. A sign near the door identifies it as the Fountain of Youth. You're not sure why you've never encountered this place before. "Oh yeah, ma'am, only open at night, that's us. Drink." Yes, actually, that does sound appealing. As you sip, a man collapsed on the bar next to you begins mumbling something in your direction. "Hey, lady, I got something I want to say to you." His head down and eyes closed. You don't think he's talking to you. "Oh, no, yeah, he totally is. You should pay attention, ma'am. This guy's like a regular prophet." The prophet proceeds. "Yeah, okay. You never got burned by Mr. Dragon Guy. What's up with that? You're supposed to get burned." Okay, so if you're understanding correctly, he thinks you were supposed to lose to the dragon. Personally, you take no issue with failing to burn to death, as incorrect as it might be in his view. "You'll be fine. It's fine. Let me tell you something, okay? 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 Yeah, let me tell you something. You need dragon fire to ignite the light of youth." After saying this, he briefly raises his glass in your direction, then turns his head away and starts to snore. "Oh yeah, that was a good one, ma'am. The kind of portent I'd be heeding if I were you, you know." Your drink... that was a terrible voice, I'm sorry. Your drink is now finished. You stand up from the bar. "Oh yeah, for sure." There's nothing going on here. Argument appears to be taking place in the dining hall. You hear echoes of an argument as you approach the dining hall. So, what number do you think you've earned? 1 to 250. I haven't done... What number do you think you've earned? Is that to me? Sometimes Canadians and Americans have the same exact accent. I was told Minnesotans and Canadians have a strong overlap in their accent. "Oh yeah, like, sometimes, get that kind of Kind of uneasily, kind of, right in the back of the throat kind of voice, eh? Now you can see and hear the participants clearly. What have I earned? I don't know. Is a higher number better or worse? Law like Dublin, Minnesota. Minnesota. After listening for a bit, you summarize that the argument concerns the thermostat at its current setting. But that cannot be satisfying. I just don't believe you actually enjoy that. What? It's not like... What's not to like about taking it easy? It's boring. Who cares? Boredom is underrated. Relax. You think you've heard enough and are preparing to quietly leave when... Hey, it's Her Majesty. Maybe she can help settle this. Actually, I believe Her Majesty is the only one who can settle this. Don't have to think. Don't have to think. We are the same. We are different in a lot of ways, like rough and roof. On the roof. Okay. Our debate concerns the thermostat. It is my firm belief that only by maximizing our strife will we find any meaning to this war. Yeah, but who needs meaning, man? Let's just have a good time. Let's crank up the comfort. Either way, since Your Majesty is the only one with enough authority to make these adjustments, we ask you to render judgment. But should you make the correct decision and raise our strife to level 5, I will give you this. She shows you a nondescript key she has attached to a lanyard. But you know, it's going to be hard. You should just chill out and raise the comfort level to 5 instead. He casually produces a different key, then you'll win this key. Easy peasy. I fail to see how anything done at comfort level 5 would qualify as winning. I mean, who cares? Those keys look awfully familiar. Where did you get them? No comment. We are not permitted to reveal that information. Puck gave them to us. Did you not just hear what I said? Yeah, but who cares? Her Majesty probably figured that out already anyways. You... Ugh. As it stands, the thermostat is currently set at comfort level 1. Hey, look at that! Feels pretty good, doesn't it? Please, Your Majesty, I strongly urge you to change course. Well, despite those protestations, you can't adjust the thermostat again until tomorrow. They'll both just have to wait. Interesting. Turn to sitting chamber. Her Majesty the Queen was right. Proper His Royalness the King has yet to earn that. Okay, West Wing. Let's try and get back. Now I'm lost. Scoreboard. Home 7, guest 4. Seems to be a scoreboard of some sort. Perhaps you can assume that home refers to the court. Ah, the home team has finally taken the lead. A curse is lifted. On this night, the Queen of Titanium Court did unburden her people of the curse of losing, and there was jubilation. Wow. The curse of being a dumb loser. Okay, towards the gates, or towards the chapel. I didn't see the chapel. Eventually, you find yourself in the court's chapel, where a television is displaying a test pattern. Wait, let me start that over. Eventually, you find yourself in the court's chapel, where a television displaying a test pattern stands at the pulpit. There is a solitary figure standing in front of the TV. You can't see him clearly from this distance, but you know it immediately to be a man named Puck. The floor feels unstable. Should you approach Puck and find out what's happening? Points at the TV. Lol, that's you. God damn it. It you. Reality bends beneath your feet as you approach Puck. The room threatens to redefine its boundaries. You're earlier than expected, my queen, and yet somehow still too late. He mutters something under his breath and then gives you his full attention. Well then, you had questions for me, did you not? It looks like we have precisely enough time for one earnest answer to one of your queries. You express some incredulity at this statement. He's prepared to answer your questions now? He flinches in response. My queen, you simply must wield your skepticism with greater subtlety. That statement was clearly formed as a question. A question which I'm afraid I must now answer earnestly. So yes, in this time and place, I am both willing and able to give you satisfying responses without resorting to deflection or trickery. With the one restriction being that, as I said, we have time for only one such response. A response which I have just provided in answer to your question of whether I am now prepared to provide such responses. Besides which means, our time is now up. I pray I will never see you here again. And then it all falls apart. He sucks so much, I want to make him bite the curb and also mac on him. And you awake in your chambers as if nothing was ever amiss. You think you can safely conclude that escaping the court will require more of you than a simple victory. You suppose this comes as no surprise given everything the potion salesman told you about needing to make an exit to return home. Well, at least you've learned that if you make it to victory, Puck will answer one of your questions. So a very slow way of going about this might be to continue winning until you've gathered enough information to see yourself out the door. You rub your temples thinking about how long that's going to take. Then you get up to face the day. Bejeweled Resource Management RTS roguelike. Listen, I know we normally go for 4 hours, but this was such a perfect place to put a pin in it. I've got half a mind to actually do that. Because, well, 2 reasons. One, I think this is a perfect time, a perfect spot to be, it's not a cliffhanger. Do we wrap up early? We don't have time for another run. I'm thinking that too, because runs go a bit long. So I think what we should do is we'll wrap it up here, because this is an excellent demonstration of this game. And this game is called Titanium Court. It's not expensive at all. It's a good price. This game looks fantastic. I might try it myself. And there's a huge, looks like there's a huge story to it. And it's a different experience for others. You got raid recos? All right, let's have a look-see at what's what. I'll take a look at what I've got. You show me what you got, and we'll compare some notes. I think we're all over this. We are all over this. Like, I don't know what. I'm fucking up my analogies right now. Fucking up. Let's have a look-see at who's in green team. I got somebody doing Secret Little Haven. I don't know what that is. Otto Nevermore. Oh yes, they're an artist. I think I've seen. I haven't seen them directly, but I think I've seen something of theirs. Twitch.tv. Otter Nevermore. Odd. Copy. I have guided the raid to them before. Ah, yes. Okay. Oh, Otto Nevermore. Oh, yes. Yes, I've seen them before. And it looks like they just started too. What a perfect time. Their computer is also being mean and stupid to them. Aww. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get a raid over to them. And our good old-fashioned raid message. The universal one. Emote raid message. Oh, yes. So, as always, I appreciate you all swinging by. There's tons of ways to spend your night, and you chose to spend it here. So thank you for that. This was a good game. I was expecting something weird and silly, and that's what I got, but there's also something very competent and well done to this. Join us after stream on Discord. Yeah, we have a Discord now. Oh my god. Allegedly. That's right, allegedly. So, as always, thank you all again for being here tonight, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, so I'm not going to tell you to stay out of trouble. But all I ask is that if you do get in trouble, you make sure it's the good kind of trouble. And you all stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.